What's up, everyone? It's Ray, the co-host of Q Points, and one really important way that you can support our show is by subscribing to it wherever you listen to podcasts. Q Points is pretty much everywhere. One of those places where you can subscribe, and we highly encourage it, is on Apple Podcasts. If you visit qpnt.net/Apple Podcasts. You could subscribe to the show and listen to all of the episodes. And please, please, please leave us 5 stars because you know you love Q Points. And leave us a review. We really want to hear from you, and it helps to spread the word about the show. It's that simple. Thanks so much for tuning into Q Points, and thank you so much for supporting us. Have a great one.
Hey, wow, that was quick.
It was fast.
Ooh, you caught me off guard there. Thank God I wasn't doing nothing crazy. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Q Points. I am Sir Daniel.
And my name is Ray, sometimes known by my government as Johnny Ray Cornegay III. What's happening?
And we want to welcome you, and in the back,
you in the middle, in the front. Yo.
We want to welcome you back to another episode of Q Points, a visual podcast, and your safe space for meaningful conversations about Black music and the artists that we love. Ray, we've got a super, and I do mean super juicy show for y'all tonight.
We do. We about to talk about the legends.
We are delving into the legacy that is Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. We're also talking about the recently released nominations for the American Music Awards, specifically the R&B category, because that's all we really care about. And we have a special guest. We do. I can't wait. I can't wait for this conversation tonight, y'all. Yo, first of all, let's just big him up real quick. Mm-hmm. We gotta helping us unpack all the things that we're going to be talking about this evening. Is a gentleman. I kind of wish that we could play music. Right. And I know YouTube and Facebook would eat us alive. But whatever I play, it would be some West Coast funk with something with Nate Dogg in the background.
Maybe some Dame Funk. Could we do some Dame Funk? Would that be a thing?
Something real funky with a nasty bass line.
Yes.
Because this dude is like the boss of the West Coast. I consider him a friend and a mentor. And listen, he is also, did you know this? He was also a soloist for a gospel group named Victory.
Word?
You weren't expecting that. Listen, he is the host of the Music is the Key podcast. He has so many accolades to his name. I'm not even going to try it. I'm going to let him do all of that stuff. But ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome to the Q Point show, Q Points family. Please welcome our very, very special guest this evening, none other than Daryle.
Look, you got some Dave.
Since I can't play him, I might as well big him up.
You got to show him. Welcome to the show, man. Welcome to the show.
I love you guys. Thank you so much for allowing me to be here. This is going to be fun, man. This is going to be fun. Listen. Hey, man, you pulled out the old gospel one, man. Wow. That was,
I was going to delve into your vocal history back, singing with Victory and gospel choirs.
I got a question. I spent years recording gospel choirs. That is literally how I got started in music. So this is fascinating history that I did not know about you. I'm excited. We got to talk. We got to chop it up about that.
Yeah, let's get right into it. First of all, let's welcome everybody. If you're new here, you tuning in because you love Daryle. Mm-hmm. We love you for loving Daryle because now you love us. So welcome to Q Points. Thank you so much, Patricia. We see you. What's up to Carlton? Thank you so much for holding us down. We see you in there in the chat. But listen, before we get started, we have to make space for somebody that's very important to all three of us, because we've all been residents here in Atlanta at some point. I'm still a resident here, and we've all been touched by the recent loss of Jovita Moore, who was the lead anchor at WSB TV. I tweeted after she passed away. I tweeted that. Well, no, I say this. One of her colleagues tweeted about how Jovita was the one that brought all the Black women journalists together in Atlanta after the passing of Amanda Davis, who was another iconic Black woman journalist here in Atlanta. And she got them all together. She created a sisterhood. And I said to myself, you know what? Atlanta has hands down the most impressive sorority of Black women in journalism, bar none.
Yes.
Bar none. And Jovita was definitely at the top of that pyramid. And I just want to pay my respects to her, because she was a titan here in Atlanta. Yes. If you've ever been in journalism, you've met Jovita, you know she was that girl. And Daryle, she meant a lot to you as well.
Yeah, she meant a lot to me. I first met Jovita in 1998 when she came to Atlanta, and we met actually at a Falcon game. I had recognized her from doing some stand-ups, and at that time, I think I was working at 790 The Zone, so I was at a sports radio station in Atlanta, and we just hit it off from there. And she was pretty much like my big sister. Fast forward to 2019. I was going through a real deep depression, because at this point, I wasn't going anywhere else in Atlanta media. And Jovita was the person that I confided in. And I told Jovita, I said, Jovita, it's not really good for me right now. She said, Daryle, you know what? It's time for you to go. It's time for you to spread your wings, get out of your head, and I'm going to help you. And Jovita would send me things every single day until eventually I got signed to work at Fox Sports Radio in Vegas. And she would call me every day. Text, call, Daryle, you okay? I'm making sure you're okay. You know you're my brother. Fast forward to last week, I texted her on Tuesday, and I didn't get a text back. And I was like, wow, I knew something was up. And then, I got the call on Friday, found out like everyone else that she had went to a better place. So, man, she was one of those people who just brought everybody together, just like how Monica Kaufman did before her. And, Amanda, rest in peace. Remember Brenda, what was it, Brenda Wood?
Brenda Wood, yes.
Brenda Wood, man. It was like we've had a lot of strong Black women in Atlanta that led that charge. So I'm honored that I got a chance to work around them. Yeah, that was beautiful. Yeah,
absolutely. And so yes, rest in peace, Jovita Moore. Rest in peace, Jovita. love the sweatshirt. We also gotta take up space for Ronnie Wilson. Ronnie Wilson of the Gap Band passed away. That's right. And we're talking about Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis tonight. And Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis to me is band culture.
Yes.
We cannot talk about band culture and not talk about the Gap Band. So we have to make space for Ronnie Wilson, for being a part of an iconic band. May he rest in peace as well. Again, man, J-Ray, I thought we had a little reprieve for a few weeks of nobody
every week
of nobody leaving us, but here we go again. But it is what it is. But we are going to have fun tonight. So let's just get into it. I met Daryle, J-Ray. A few years back when he was doing a vinyl set called Taste the Music. He was doing Taste the Music, and he invited me to participate in one of those vinyl sets. And since then, he's partly responsible for my vinyl addiction, as well as my love for spinning vinyl, because back then I was just strictly doing Serato and controllers. What's up, DJ Deliver? We see you.
Deliver, what's happening, man?
Deliver.
And,
wow.
Yeah. And explain to the audience, Daryle, real quick. Yeah. Explain to the audience the feeling that you get touching wax, because if you've never seen Daryle spinning, I'm like, I completely feel Daryle, because you never trust a DJ that does not bop or move an inch when they're playing records.
DJ's dancing is a sign to me of somebody who's about to make me do something.
On beat.
Exactly.
On beat. You gotta be on beat.
Daryle, take it to him. Yes, go ahead.
I approach music as if I'm playing. So every time I'm spinning, I'll key in on one instrument. I may key in on a bass. I love to play the bass. I love to play the keys, but I'll key in on a bass. So I'm basically bopping off of a bass for the most time that I'm spinning. But I feel like that DJ should be an extension of the music. So anytime that I'm sharing music, I want to give you an experience. I was always told by Dame. It was funny. We started off with this record, but Dame told me, you better do something more than just go up and just spin records. Like, you better give the crowd something. Give them something. Like, it's enough people doing the little, nah, man, give them you. Right. And I've always felt like if I just put myself out there like that, I think that's how I've drawn the people that I've drawn, because they feel it. You know what I'm saying? Just give them something they can feel. Yeah. But touching vinyl is something different. Like, you see this? You got to touch it.
Oh, look at the Daryle Foley.
You see, I had to do.
Yeah, listen. It's always a flex with that one.
Always.
It's always going to be a flex.
When we were on his show, Music is the Key, we said one thing, and like 20 minutes later, it was like on the turntable.
On the turntable.
I love y'all, man, but I can be myself with y'all. That's why. Anybody else, I'm just sitting here.
No, we're not too cool for school around there. Listen, you brought up Music is the Key. Please tell our viewers and listeners about Music is the Key and invite them to check you out.
Okay. Music is the Key is a show that airs every Thursday on YouTube, on my channel. They Might Be Taping is my company. So it's myself and Chaotic Blaze. We do this, and what we do is we invite guests with us. But the cool thing about the show is right now we're going to take a hiatus because Blaze is getting ready to move to Orlando. So I'm going to put out a bunch of best of shows that you guys will be on very soon. Yeah, I'm going to put out a bunch of 30-minute just to keep the momentum going, because I don't want to just stop and then, lose whatever little momentum we have. So, but that show, man, is just DJs just sharing their love of the music, sharing whatever they want to share. A lot of times DJs, you have to play a certain thing in certain establishments. Like, most people want to hear the Drakes, but a lot of DJs want to pull their vinyl. I see your face right there, Sir Daniel. But a lot of DJs want to touch their vinyl, so yeah.
I want to hear. I want to hear the Drake joints too. I want to hear the vinyl, but I want to hear the Drake.
Well, they have Drake on vinyl too, also. So
They do.
They do.
I
don't know much about the new Drake though.
See, I just saw somewhere where there might be a shortage of vinyl plants, and we probably need to talk about that. And create some vinyl plants.
Yeah, that's been bubbling for a while, actually.
So we don't lose. Yes,
but you know why though, man? You know why? Because now, if you really think about it, the record companies have to take that extra step. You know what I'm saying? And think about it. Record companies have gotten so lazy. They don't A&R anymore. You know what I'm saying? They find the person off of SoundCloud or some
with a following.
Yeah. And just go for it, man. And it's just like, this is so whack to me. Like, they're not even doing everything. But now, with this resurgence of vinyl, and you have a new generation that's buying these records and they're making things, a little more expensive for us now. Man, it was a Jeffrey Osborne record I went to buy the other day that I already have. They tried to charge me $10 for a Jeffrey Osborne record that you can buy in a dollar bin or $3. So
Facts.
Yeah, it's just,
and it's so funny that you brought that up. They don't even, like you said, no album art. A lot of these new songs, you just get a blank.
You don't know
who
produced it.
Name.
No idea.
Who engineered it.
Yep.
But when we were talking about Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, again, like I said, we're talking about band culture. Daryle, got bitten by the band bug at an early age.
I did.
And so when I think about Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, I think of showmanship.
Yes.
I think of guitars and synthesizers. You know, let's just go down the line. When you think of Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, what kind of memories stir up for you?
Jimmy Jam in that hat and that curl.
Yeah.
Playing that synthesizer, getting up. Terry Lewis with his Lokes on and his fedora, just strumming on that bass. I mean, there's no feeling better. Always clean. Always clean. There's no feeling better than watching them two just get down and dance and have a good time. And shout out to our friend AT right there. AT's one of those members of the media that I was telling you guys about.
Yeah. We see you, AT. Thank you for joining us, man.
Thank you.
He's the gentleman that used to give Joe Vita all the Hawks tickets. He was the Hawks gentleman. So yeah, AT's a real good guy to know. Good guy to know. But just Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis meant everything to me. And like you said, it's that showmanship. I grew up in the 80s like we all did. I grew up watching wrestling. So showmanship is everything to me. And I try to bring what I've learned from Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis to the turntable, see how it goes back. Watching all of that stuff, I put it right back. Right back on the tables, man. So yeah, man, they're everything to me, bro. Everything. Anything they put out, they put out a new record, I'ma have it.
Yeah.
Because it's Jam and Terry Lewis. Yeah. Physical
J-Ray, how about you?
Yeah, like
physical copy. J-Ray, what about you?
In preparation for this show, I had to think back to my first introduction to them. And Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis was the first time that I wanted to be a producer.
Really?
Because I understood what a producer was. Like when I first started hearing their records, right? It was like, oh, I want to do that. Like, can I do that? Is that a thing that I can do? And they were producers, right? And so it was the concept of what they were doing, because the music meant so much to me, was like, how do I make people feel the way that music is making me feel? Yeah. And so that's what it conjures up for me. There's a lot of memories associated with Jam and Lewis songs. Yeah, so that's what comes up for me. What about for you, Sir Daniel?
So I'm automatically, when I think of Jam and Lewis, and Daryle alluded to this earlier when he was talking about them being clean, I loved the uniformity of bands. And now, when I say uniformity, I'm not just talking about their dress. I'm talking about them moving as a unit.
Yep.
If it's something as a simple
to the side
sway while they're playing and they all moving in the same, that does it for me. I think that's just the coolest thing on the planet.
It is.
And if they stop and then start again, you know that's bomb to me. That I love that. And that's what I think of with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. Of course, I got introduced to them via Prince and that whole Minneapolis sound, that whole, because they're all interrelated and whatnot. So that's how I came to know them, came to love them. And of course, with the phenomenon of Janet Jackson.
Of course.
I was in their hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, I did not know growing up. There was a lot of stuff that was produced by them that I had no idea was produced by Jam and Lewis. And J-Ray, you uncovered something recently from Terry Lewis that you want to share with the crew. So let's go ahead.
Yes. I'm going to set this up. Actually, it's a Jimmy Jam section. So this is specifically, I'm going to put the link in the chat. It's from a podcast called Bullseye. So Jam and Lewis have been on, you know what? Shout out to them, because they've been on the interview circuit since the album has been released and dropping gems left and right, because they're
hold on.
Yeah.
Can I say, and still hadn't done Take It Out on the Groove with me yet. So Jam and Lewis, you just heard what J-Ray said. Y'all owe me that one. I'm sorry, J-Ray.
What's the problem? Okay.
That's the problem, because y'all owe Daryle that one, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. All right.
Y'all heard him. Y'all heard Daryle. So they've been on the circuit. They were on a podcast called Bullseye. So I'm gonna play a section of that show real quick. Hopefully Facebook allows it. I'm sure it'll be fine. But we're gonna play it. I'm gonna leave our mics on while y'all hear it, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna talk about this because I do have a point I wanna make about this.
Okay.
You know, with those hard drums, you know, boom, bop, you know. But he sent me the stem that he sent me, and he sent me a time code. He wanted me to hear this particular was the synth, just halfway through the record. So I just wanted to play a little bit of that.
Where's my tambourine?
So I got to take us out of that, or else I'll just listen to it all day long.
Yo,
yeah, that was my attempt to slide the family stone.
Okay. Here's why I wanted to play that. I have heard Love Will Never Do Without You a gajillion times. Mm-hmm. I never knew there was an organ part supporting the kick and the bass. I just never knew it was there. I heard that and was like, what? That's Quincy Jones has this thing he called ear candy. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's the thing that hooks you. There's something there that you don't know it's there, but it's bringing you in. I heard that and I was like, that's that thing that you can't put a finger on.
That was nothing but church. You saw how we automatically, first of all three of us made the face at the same time that we all did the face.
And just nod your head, yeah.
Yeah, and then I was looking for my tambourine because that ain't nothing but praise and worship right there.
Right.
Oh, come on now.
That is praise and worship. And I keep saying this about, if we talk about our music and the thread, the black church is what it is, good, bad, or indifferent. But one thing about the black church, that music,
it's a thread.
Has gone across the world.
Absolutely.
And just like that isolated synth of in love Will Never Do Without You is a straight church organ link. Shout out to Jeremy Avalon, Jeremy Avalon.
That's my brother Avalon. What's up, Avalon?
So, Daryle, what did that bring up? I saw your face. What did that bring up for you?
It made me think of it, just like what it goes back to what Sir Daniel just said. It took me to the church, hearing that dun, 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 dun. I really wanted to grab my bass and play along with it, man. Like it just made you. It gives you that. It's that black church feeling.
Yes.
Anybody that's ever grew up or been around the black church, you kind of understand. You just flow with it. And I wanted to flow with it because it's just, Jimmy Jam's chops is just crazy, man. Like when he's on his stuff, it's like he's undefeated to me. Like he can do no wrong.
Yes.
What about you guys?
And we're going to, the thing is, we're going to talk about that aspect of blackness, sounds of blackness, if you will. What I did there?
Yes.
You see what I did there? We're going to talk about that. Right. We're going to talk about that a little bit later when we discuss those AMA nominations.
Right.
But it's unmatched, like you said. Let's just do a little, round robin. Like, what's your favorite Jam and Lewis touched song? It could be by them, it could be by any group. Just run it down the line. Who wants to go first?
Testify.
Oh, that's a great tune.
Testify. Because if you think about Testify is one of those gospel songs that it's certain breaks on the song. It's right before they get to that. It's right before and I forget homie's name. But they was feeling nine at the fire. Lift your voice up to the sky. Right before that part, there's a part where you can hear Jimmy Jam going doom 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 doom. Like he plays this bass line doom 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 doom. Like he goes crazy in it, and it takes us back to church. But you can tell that was something that he really felt. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just that church. But that's number one for me to testify. And then of course what's missing. What's missing is my second one.
Okay.
Alexander O'Neal was missing. You cannot beat that. Yes.
Oh, Alex's catalog is so classic. Yes. As for Jeremy, just shouted out
Jeremy
what's missing by Alexander O'Neal.
Y'all are twinning. Look at you, twinning.
We are twins, though. Me and Jeremy are twins, and we got something coming up for y'all in the future.
I can't wait for that. I cannot wait for that.
We're going to hit y'all with something at the top of the year. Just wait.
Nice.
So for me, I go back to the very beginning of The Feeling. And It's Just Be Good to Me by the SOS Band. Like, literally, imagine 5-year-old Johnny. Now, my first favorite song, Daryle, so Daniel, I think you know this, was Bustin' Loose. Chuck Brown's Bustin' Loose. My mom will tell you, like, oh, you love that song. We had to get you to 45. That was your jam. So that's my DNA, right? Just Be Good to Me by the SOS Band to this day makes me feel things. One, that song is like 8 minutes long. And that end section is also like church.
It is.
And that joint right there, so that's it for me. I mean, so much of it is great, but if I want to pick one, that's it for me.
Okay.
All right. Oh, yeah. I love The Finest as well, Jeremy.
The Finest is great.
So, all right, if we're talking about favorites, my first favorite, and I told you guys this before we went on the air, Climax, Wild Girls. Listen, it goes back to the uniformity, the swaying back and forth, the slapping, the synthesizers. It has all of that. And of course, my favorite part is the song is when they break down the beat and they go slap. Little stuff like that is just so funky to me. And I love Climax already.
Period.
Good, bad, and I love all the versions. The Bernadette Cooper version, the
Cheryl Cooley version. There's a lot of versions.
I like them all.
Does Joyce Irby have a version too?
Cheryl Cooley version.
She probably does. Joyce is. They do it for me. But I truly love Climax. And then second, if we're talking about feeling. There's something, the word lush always comes to mind when I think about Jam and Lewis's production.
Yes.
And Herb Alpert's Making Love in the Rain.
Ooh.
It literally feels like a weighted blanket is being put over you in the best possible way. It feels so good. It just encompasses you. I've never heard anybody's production that it feels like notes are coming at you from every direction, from the back, everywhere, and it just encompasses you. And hearing Janet and what's the other young lady's name?
Was it Lisa Keith?
Lisa Keith.
Lisa Keith. Mm-hmm. Yes, their vocals. It's just a perfect match. I love how the Black community. We always want to make that Janet song, but it's Herb Alpert.
It's a Herb Alpert song.
And I just love it. Her has brought it to a new generation now by sampling.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's
so right. Those are my two favorites. You cannot go wrong with those two songs.
So Sir Daniel, and this is interesting because I didn't know this. So when I was doing my research, y'all, so Jimmy Jam was talking about, here's what people call what we do. And Sir Daniel loves double entendres. So they describe it as funky bottom with a pretty top. That's how they describe what they do.
That's
funky bottom with a pretty top is how they describe the sound. And because Jimmy Jam was talking about, like, Terry might do something and it might be like a funky bottom and I might be like, and then it might be the reverse. And so they marry the two. And that's why the Janet stuff worked. You got them real hard, like, we going to smash you over the head with this funk real quick. And Janet's voice is gliding on top with the melodies. It's the pretty top, so yeah. Funky bottom, pretty top.
Can I share one more?
Absolutely.
One more came to mind. Actually, two. Open Up My Heart by Yolanda Adams.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Open Up My Heart by Yolanda Adams is one of theirs. And Let's Wait a While by Janet. I can remember being young and something about that song, it resonated with me. And of course I wasn't doing nothing. I think I may have been 8 or 9 maybe when that came out. But the way the keys come on, boom.
Yeah.
Doom, 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 doom. Like those keys are just so beautiful, man. I mean, think about anything. What was the joint on Crush Groove?
What?
Force MDs.
Oh my God!
Was that Love? No, what was on there?
Tender Love.
Tender Love. Yeah.
Come on, man. Like
Jam and Lewis have a signature, and I don't know what it is. The synthesizers they got the synthesizers from Lucifer himself. I don't know where they got them. They are charmed. They have, but also the fact that you mentioned Daryle, that you mentioned Yolanda Adams, doesn't it gags people when they bring up songs and they're like, wait, Jam and Lewis did that?
All the time. It happens to me. Like, I'll be like, Jam and Lewis. Now I can hear the signature and you be like, did Jam and Lewis produce this? But when I go back, I'm like, I didn't know that as a kid. They have a signature.
But think about Jam and Lewis. One thing about Jam and Lewis, when you think about them, they went from the era of being a musician first.
Yes.
Then going to the beat machines, like if you go to the Captain Rap, Bad Times Can't, boom, tap, boom, 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 all bass lines, and strictly beat machines, to going back to where they do their things at. So yeah, it's all beautiful. And Dietrich, you can get one of those. You got one of those mugs. That's actually that's my relative in Long Beach.
What's up, Dietrich?
Yeah, Dietrich, you have one of those mugs. Yeah. He said Johnny Gill on the floor. I'm gonna hit the floor.
Listen,
you remember Johnny was doing that dance in that video?
No, what dance? I don't remember the floor dance.
Johnny could not dance, but he was doing this little dance to the side, like the whole video.
Now that's Johnny's signature move, because remember when he was dancing real hard in the
rub you the way. It was a rub.
And rub you the rub. Okay, anyway. Listen. So so what I was about to say is, thank you for bringing that up, Darren. No, you're good. I was going to bring up the fact that I think we're part of a generation that was able to marry the basics of musicianship, learning instruments and keys and chords and learning how to write music and compose, and marry that with technology.
Yes,
that's a major thing that Jam and Lewis have brought to black music, because you have them coming up with their own chords and playing everything, but they will throw Impeach the President underneath, Impeach the President break. They will throw Big Payback, melody and groove underneath their songs. So you can't. So I love that about them, and how they married the elements of being a musician and the technology. And I think a lot of that has been lost.
Yeah.
Now we just strictly technology. Everything is I can create a beat on this phone right here, but shoot it up to SoundCloud.
Yeah, right in my bedroom right here. You know what I'm saying?
But it's not the same.
Literally.
Yeah, like one of the things that this is where I'm gonna hop on a soapbox real quick. This is where music in schools is incredibly important. I got introduced to instruments in elementary school. Some black woman handed me, I can't remember her name, I should play the clarinet. And I got a clarinet, and I had to learn about the reed, and I had to learn about the notes, and I had to do all of this stuff. And I didn't know what it was, but then when I played it, I was like, oh, this is dope. Like, I get a chance to do this. They don't have that. Like, the first thing they cut is arts funding. They've cut music out of schools. It is how so many musicians that I know got started. Yes. Their first instrument came from a school.
Is choir still in church and stuff? Chorus? Do they still do chorus and choir and stuff still in church? I mean, in schools. I'm sorry, not in church.
I don't know about in schools. I don't know, but I was in choir. I was in chorus.
All of our educators that are watching and listening right now, drop it in the chat. Do they still have chorus in schools right now. I remember Mr. Chase. That's who first put a recorder in my hand.
Recorder. Yes.
We all
Mary had a little lamb.
And we all had to learn hot cross buns.
The glockenspiel. They didn't even give you the glockenspiel of the recorder. No.
Yes, the recorder. And remember pulling out all the parts of it and learning all the different parts of the recorder. And that kind of stuff is just, it's missing, and we can see it.
Yes.
It's evident now in today's music. Yep. And I think this might be the perfect segue into our next segment, which is about the American Music Awards. And listen, I'm just going to be frank with y'all. I saw the nominees for all the R&B categories.
I'm going to drop the link in the chat.
Let me just run it down real quick. All right, so favorite male R&B. We got Chris Brown, Giveon, Tank, The Weeknd, and Usher. Usher's the only OG up there, in my opinion, if you ask me.
Oh, yeah.
As far as R&B is concerned.
What about Brown and Tank, though?
But Usher been around way longer than, they've been around. Usher been around since like 92, 93.
Yeah, he's the OG. He's the OG of
he's
that
the OG.
group.
He's the OG.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Favorite female R&B. Doja Cat. Her. Jasmine Sullivan.
Yeah.
Janae Aiko. And SZA. So
what joint did SZA? She only had two joints.
Two new joints. She had put out a couple.
That's right.
Yeah. She had put out a two-pack.
And then for favorite R&B album, Doja Cat, Planet Her, Giveon, When It's All Said and Done, Her, Back of My Mind, Jasmine Sullivan, Hotels, and Queen Naija, Misunderstood. So
interesting.
Wait, what happened to this album?
We talking. This is why we got to have this conversation.
Your guess is as good as mine, Daryle, because I guess to me, we were just talking about music being taken out of the schools, and we were talking about how. To me, I'm sorry, music, the R&B, what they're calling R&B today, and maybe it's because I'm an old head.
That ain't.
I'm not getting the belt. I'm not getting the belting. I'm not getting lush back. I'm not getting lush background vocals. I'm not getting my double claps. I'm not getting the bass slapping. I'm not getting any of that. And to me, I want people to feel like they can do them.
Yes.
And express themselves. Our good friend Rob Milton.
Oh my
every
God.
time he says this on Twitter, people are always making this argument about there's no such thing as R&B anymore, and he's always arguing the other point is that yes, it is. You just have to look for it. It is there. But what I'm seeing is what's not getting recognized, or what is getting recognized, is being passed off as R&B. Is lightweight pop with
heavyweight pop with
like a little sprinkle of R&B here and there,
It is pop.
Yeah.
He said that Stokely didn't get nominated because Stokely came out a little later before a lot of this stuff came out. I don't think he made the deadline for that. Stokely's album literally just came out a month or so ago. Yeah. But it's a great album, and I'm never gonna say anything wrong about that dude.
Yeah.
That is my
He's a
favorite.
legend.
Yes, like 50. What Stokely's 50, between 51 and 55, and still sounds like he sounded on the first single.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Basically doing backflips on stage. Like the man is a gem,
dancing and jumping and still not missing a beat. So but that list out of Giveon is pretty good. I'm gonna give. I mean, he sounds very sleepy. I'm not gonna give you that. I think a lot of R&B today is very sleepy, to be honest with you.
You said it. That's the perfect word.
Sleepy music.
It's a lot of codeine in the cup. It's real trappy, and I know there's a lane for it. I get it, but it's like Carlton says, they want the R&B, they just don't want it from us.
That's the same way it is in DJ culture in LA too. I'm sorry, I had to get that out. Oh, bless the Lord.
Say that. No, say that.
They don't want that from us. They don't want it from us, though. They don't want it from us. They want to be safe with it. They want to. I mean, people will identify with people who look like them.
Yes,
but when you come in and you give them that thing, it's going to make a lot of people look bad. So I'm sorry. Pardon me. I just went off on a tangent.
No, you're absolutely
right.
fine, because I'm saying the same thing. It's like, what does it say about R&B music when the only person that's really giving us some R&B is Adele?
That's not
Or
R&B though.
That's not
Yebba.
R&B either. Or
Yebba.
So,
but that's what I'm saying. That's the kind of the bar that we have right now in R&B, or what's being pushed to us as R&B today.
right. It's we're in an interesting, I mean, this happens often, I think. Like, and we haven't been able to roll this back. Okay. The industry loves to put something in the wash, put some bleach in there, and bring it back out and sell it back to you as this is what it is, right? And so we'll buy it, like we'll cobble it up, and then they just keep repeating it. The moment something is hot, they're just going to repeat it, and it's going to be the thing. That's how we've gotten to the place where we are, right? Mm-hmm. The reality is, I think Toni Morrison had this quote that was basically talking about when Black folks was doing our thing, 50s and 60s, we competing against each other. We playing in our own neighborhoods. We playing in our own clubs. You trying to be as good as the next person. Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis said that when they was in the time, they practiced for 6 hours a day.
Come on, somebody. Say that again.
They practiced together for 6 hours a day. And they said, listen, when we got on stage, we was cool with the musicians, but somebody had to go down. Like, I liked the other guys. They were great. Prince made sure, he said to us, y'all have to sound better than the record. Prince obviously did all the stuff on the record, and he said to them, y'all got to sound better than what I did, so get up in there and practice. And they was killing them. The point is, they put this stuff in the wash. They ain't really even putting bleach in there anymore. They're just kind of putting it in the wash and saying whatever comes out, we just gonna give y'all that because that's what y'all want. That's what y'all gonna get. And there are so many folks out here producing true R&B. Like real good, honest. The stuff that they put in it, they just put in people of color in an R&B section when those people really need to be in the pop section. It's like, this is a pop record. It's okay. Let them be in the pop category.
Let Doja
be in the pop category. Right.
Let them occupy the space in the pop section. Let them occupy that, because pop belongs to Black people too, as far as I'm concerned.
It is. It all came from us.
Let them occupy that space. But, you know, you've got people like a Stephanie Mills. You've got people who, you know, are legends and icons that are putting projects together and putting it out themselves. And it's just not getting the kind of national reception that it should. And it's just not right. And I mentioned Adele and Yebba and people like JoJo, and it's no shade to them. They do what they're supposed to do.
Yeah,
they sing.
They be up there singing.
They sing down. They do what they're supposed to do. Go ahead.
Could Heather Headley be on the Grammys and restart twice?
Ooh.
Didn't Adele restart twice at the Grammys? Because one time she couldn't hear and another time she had to restart? You don't get that do-over.
Heather could never.
No.
They would never have given. Never.
Not even on the Soul Train Awards.
No.
No. You better keep singing that song.
Yep.
We're not going to re-cue this song for you.
No.
So, come on, man.
Different rules. And here's where, and we talk about this a lot on Q Points. I think for even us as listeners, this is an opportunity. This is where we have power, right? We have power with our streams. We have power with the products that we buy, the vinyl that we decide to spend money on. And that's where this needs to go. The stuff that you love. And I know that the people that are watching us do. Support the stuff that they love. And the reality is the American Music Awards, they're focused on whatever's hot on the charts. Like they're going to look at the charts and be like, here's what's hot. This is in the R&B section of the charts. It needs to be in this section. It's not even like, they're not even going deep. Where we have an opportunity though is for the stuff that we do, the Soul Train Awards, the BET Awards, the BET Hip Hop and all of that.
That's right.
That's when we get an opportunity to dive in a little deeper. And I think that we need to support those things and support those people that are doing the things that we think are like the things we want to hear.
Because at the end of the day, we set the tone for the culture. Like everything that's looks like us is what's really popular. If you really want to be honest with you, if you really want to have a real conversation. So if that's what's setting the tone for the culture, we need to be strong enough within our own group to say, hey, we need to support, like you said, Soul Train Awards. We need to support BET Awards. We need to support X, Y, and Z. And then we make it, because we're relying on these other groups to validate us. And I think that's what's wrong with us as a whole. We wait on other people to validate. We want that stamp from that other group. And it makes you feel like, oh, yeah. But that stamp ain't needed. Jimmy and Terry didn't look for that stamp. Jimmy and Terry just went out and just trucked everybody. And they still trucking everybody. And I'm interested to know what type of Usher song that they have. Is it the Usher song from this album that they put on there?
Probably not.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Vocally on this, he killed this thing.
Yo, is that the last joint? That last joint that he had, they still play, because I listen to a lot of, since I moved back home, my mom listens to her station. And when I'm driving in the car, she's still listening to it. So I've been like, this new Usher stuff is kind of hitting the way I want it to hit. You know what I mean? Yeah. So who knows what they put in there? I have to definitely look at that. Yeah. But I want to make one more quick note too before as we keep moving.
I'm sorry if I threw us off, y'all.
No. You are so good. You are really on point.
We're on point.
One more quick thing. So, there was an article recently, and I have to find it. I can't even remember where I read it, but it was a classic soul star talking about how before it was so important for them to cross over. Like crossing over was the goal. It was like, we need to do this so we could cross over onto the pop charts, right? Yeah. So we also have to look at systemically how even us as as our musicians were doing the work that they were doing, it's the Motown model, right? You need to be able to perform at the Copacabana. You know what I mean? You need to put on that tuxedo, and you need to be in lockstep, and you need to smile. And you need to do that. That was what everyone aspired to. And I think now the moment we're in is that's not necessary. And I think that there's still remnants of that exist because we've seen it for so long. So for the artists that might be listening to this, I think from just Ray talking and having done music stuff for so long, is I would say those rules don't apply anymore. Like you could just kind of do your shit. And if it happens to be country, K Michelle, like I want to do this country record, boo, do that country record. That's us too. That's
all what she said. History in this history,
right?
in this history.
In this history.
Yes, absolutely right, J. Ray. Like, and I'll take it another step forward. What Daryle is doing, what I'm doing, what Wax Fundamentals is doing, what Peppermint Gaddy is doing, Nora, all of us are keeping these people alive on vinyl.
Yes.
Because if I find out, if they call me for a vinyl set, I'm pulling from the archives. I'm playing stuff that doesn't get played like it should be played. I want you to Shazam these jams that I'm rocking right now.
Or try to at least.
Or try to.
Try to. Because all of them ain't going to be on that Shazam little platform. Now, come on now. But you know what was so beautiful when I think about this, man? And I'm just going to say this. I think a lot of times, especially what you just said, with us spinning vinyl, a lot of times there's nothing wrong with no one spinning R&B music, disco, pop, whatever you spin, but they need to see it coming from us at times. That needs to happen, because what happens is we as a people, I'm not saying us, but we as a people tend to throw away things of old and say, you know what, that's old. And then when other people pick it up, which is nothing wrong with it, other people pick it up and they embrace it and they love it and they get down with it, then we want to get mad and say, well, this person's doing this. No, you threw it away. So
Bruno
somebody
Mars'
else picked it
entire
up.
career was built on that idea.
Yeah, he was catching grenades. He was catching grenades for you and all that stuff. And then next thing you know, he out here getting hey,
Next thing you know, he
shoulders
wearing
again.
MCM suits and all of that stuff.
Joe Vita's shoulders, though. This for Joe Vita.
Daryle, you make such like that point right there is so important. I did, Sir Daniel, you might remember this when I did my house music retrospective Sacred Ministry. I ended the presentation by talking about the fact that this genre of music was birthed in Black gay clubs with Black and Latino queer people, and one of the top 50 highest paid DJs at that time was Black, and he definitely wasn't gay. The music was birthed. This is Black music.
Was it Carl?
Carl Cox.
Carl, yep.
The only one that was on the list as a Black man. And at that level, we're talking millions of dollars, you know what I'm saying, that they're earning per set. It's the same thing. It's like, I did a presentation a couple of years later, and there was a brother in the audience, and he said, you know what this brings up for me? I think we put that music away and we wanted to keep it sacred, but we forgot to take it off the shelf. And I think we end up doing that a lot. Like, we trying to chase the bag, but keep doing what you do. Like, I get wanting the bag too. It's like, okay, how do you do both things? I actually think Beyonce has probably given us the way to kind of do. There's lessons we can learn from Beyonce. I think you get to a point where you could do both. But the point is, we got to take those things that are sacred to us off the shelf and do something with them. And so what y'all are doing, you're absolutely right, Sir Daniel and Daryle, by taking that off the shelf and dropping it on and forcing people to dance to it. Yeah.
Off the shelf.
All of that.
Off the shelf.
All
We
of that.
pulling them off the shelf and we busting your heads with them. I'm sorry.
Listen, every single time. Thank you for that, J. Ray, because that's the real point. I don't even feel like we should even do the earworm of the week, because I think
what's your earworm?
What is the earworm, man? I want to know. I watched your show, man. Tell me this earworm.
Because the earworm is going to take us completely out of this pocket right now. Because I really think what we're talking about here is very important, and I want it to simmer and to sink in with the people, and so let them say that. So what I do want to happen right now, though, is Daryle, I want you to tell everybody that's watching Q Points right now how they can watch you, how they can keep up with you, and follow you and see all your shows, all your 5011 shows, and catch your next sets, all of it. Please tell them.
The easiest place to find anything about Daryle, Daryle, like explain anything about me, is just to go to. It's so simple. DARYLE.LIVE, Daryle.live, and that'll take you every place you need to know. It'll show you all the 5011 shows that Sir Daniel just spoke of, and it'll just let you know everything that's going on. But that's the place right there. And shout out to Mike and Denise for holding me down always, and just keeping everything flowing. Good people like my relative Deidre, who's here, and Jeremy Avalon. I got to say his name like that, like how Puffy said.
It's the homie. It's the homie right there.
Yeah. And even the Record Fairy
superstar.
Media, I love you. Yeah. So shout out to everybody, y'all. Yeah. That's where you find me, though. Daryle.live, or at just Daryle on Instagram, and it'll put you at Daryle.live.
Perfect. Yep. We dropped it in the chat too, so all the people that are watching can definitely get to you. I want to make a couple of notes, because we changed the background a little bit. I expanded it and did some new things for us.
That's really cool.
But so you definitely need to head over to the website, y'all. We definitely want y'all becoming Q Points insiders. As you know, we are continuing to build this community, and it would be great to have y'all on board. And we got exclusive content. We got more exclusive content coming. You can only get it if you're on the back end. So you definitely want to do that.
My mama's here.
Your mom, Daryl's mom is here.
Hey, Mom.
Dad,
That almost made me cry right then, man. My mom is here, y'all.
We ain't cussing nothing.
I
We
didn't cuss
didn't.
this time. Mama. I didn't cuss this
I
time.
cussed, but I hope you
No.
wasn't. She wasn't
okay.
there for that.
No, my mama said to me the other day, she was watching Music is the Key, y'all, and my mama said, literally, I didn't know you cussed so much. I was like, Mom, this ain't a family show, but J. Ray and Sir Daniel know I cuss like a sailor, but I was very good this show, Mom, and my mom is here, so yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, sorry, J. Ray.
No,
Sorry,
you good.
J-Ray.
I'm gonna run through.
Can I be an insider on y'all show?
Of course you can. Yeah, you can.
Can I
Yeah,
do
the
it right
link
now on my phone.
You can do it right there on your phone. If you go to qpnt.net/QP Insider, it'll pop up. You do the thing. It's perfect. Definitely subscribe to us, y'all, on Apple Podcasts. We definitely want your reviews are so important to spreading the word about the show. We really need those. You can also review us on Podchaser, so consider doing it over there as well. And subscribe to us on YouTube. Some of y'all are watching us on YouTube, so go ahead and hit the like button, hit that little bell so you can get notified when we go live. And that's that.
Listen, I have thoroughly enjoyed this episode. We have been really looking forward to having you on the show, Daryle, and you did not disappoint.
You know what? And y'all know, man, I did everything I possibly could with the different renditions of Music is the Key to try to bring that show here. And maybe once Blaze is set
Absolutely.
up and once I get everything back from Atlanta, I'll make sure that then we could do. Hopefully, we could have the cross show that we talked about once before. And Denise told me to ask you guys, could you guys help us with our Music is the Key backgrounds?
Listen, that's all J. Ray. J. Ray is the mastermind behind all
J. Ray. Hit up J. Ray, Denise.
I got you. I can give you any tips you need. I got some key things that I use that'll help y'all out. So I got you.
Yeah. Denise will be hitting you up. She just texted me and was like, boy, if you don't ask that question, she texted me. So every time y'all kept hearing ding, that was Denise saying, ask the question. So sorry.
Ask the question. It's all good. It's all good. But listen, great show, guys. But hey, listen, guys, what do I always say? In this life, you can either pick up the needle or you can let the record play. The choice is yours. This is Sir Daniel.
I'm J. Ray.
J. Ray and Daryle, and want to thank... Not the co-lead, but just Daryle. Thank you so much for joining us for this episode of Q Points. We will see you next week. Be safe.
Peace.